Hey guys, it's Matt. Welcome to SpeedTutor, and today we're going to be looking at a free asset that's been created by DGreenHeck, which is called OpenFracture, which allows you to fracture, displace, and break up 3D objects in Unity, whether that you can slice them, you can break that up, you can destroy them, all got physics on, and I think it's a really awesome asset if you want to create some really cool effects, and I'll show you how to install it, use it, and get access to it today. So be sure to check out my Patreon to get access to over 145 different scripts, assets, and projects you cannot find anywhere else. Be sure to check all the links down in the descriptions for all the sales for Humble Bundle, Game Dev, Unity, and so much more. And be sure to throw a like on this video and be subscribed to always be up to date with what I'm creating. And you can go to the DGreenHeck OpenFracture GitHub and you can see it, and it has all the documentation, features, and getting to grips with OpenFracture. Now what you can do is in the right hand corner, you can go to copy the actual GitHub URL. Then within your Unity scene, what you need to do is go to add project by git URL and paste that in there, and then press add, and it will install OpenFracture into your scene. Now you can open up the samples and make sure that you import the fracture demo, the Prefracture demo, and the slice demo, because they're all great examples of how to do it. Now the first example is just the normal fracture demo, and each of the objects in this example has a full set of letters, and each letter has a rigid body, a box collider, and a fracture script. Now I do have a cube which is just a primitive Unity cube, and all you have to do is if you just copy this component, the fracture component, and you just paste that on any other object, it will add the rigid body for you, and you will get the same level of customization. And then you could see my box fell a little bit from the sky, so it's already broken up, so I might as well destroy it all the way, and you can fire your little projectiles at all the different assets in the scene, and you can just break those up into loads and loads of little pieces. And that's directly controlled with this fracture script, which has a version to decide what type of tags would actually destroy this object. So the projectile will destroy it and the floor will destroy it. You can set how many fragments that it has, any of the scales, what the inside material when it is fractured open, and then if you can actually refracture it and do different things, and you can add an audio event to it so that you can actually do something that when it does get fractured, you have a little bit of feedback there. We have the second demo, which is actually the pre-fractured demo. And as you can see here, this lion was a full 3D object, and if I go to the wireframe, you can see that the wireframe is a pretty high polygon mesh. And you must remember that if you use any object that's going to be fracturable, you can't have any of the polygons or any of the assets intersecting with each other. It needs to be a full mesh or nothing that intersect with other geometry. So you can see the lion statue has the pre-fracture script, and with the pre-fracture options that you can actually pre-fracture this mesh specifically, so you can save a little bit on performance because it doesn't break up in real time. It's already pre-fractured into lots of different objects. And what that does then is that you can fragment with however many fragments you specify. It splits this object into, in this case, 250 different fragments, and that each has an unfreeze fragment script, and then you can choose whether to freeze it or unfreeze it when we interact with it. And we look at this scene, you can see that we can then fracture it because it's already pre-fractured. It's not actually done in real time, because as you can see, each of these fragments are different parts of this mesh as you can mess around and pull them apart. And the last demo, which is actually my favorite, is called the slice option. And slice makes sure you have a slice script, and it does have the same sort of properties available, so you can enable reslicing and choose how much you can reslice the object. You can choose the inside material yet again, and you can add this to any object and it will add the box collider and the rigid body. With this specifically, you need to actually make sure that you have a little bit of code on this slice plane, which is a thing that will actually intersect with the geometry and let us slice it. And as you can see, the documentation on the store shows you how to call the script to be able to slice it, and each of these options do have a bit of documentation to be able to explain exactly what you need to do. And we can go to an object and we can press the key to do it, which is left shift, and you can see that I can slice that object just like that, and we can do multiple slices in the object and just be able to, and then we can rotate the plane that we've got and slice it in several different angles that we've got, and just be like a ninja with a really sharp sword, and we can just fracture all of those objects and keep doing it as long as we intersect with the model with this very magical plane that we've got. So be sure to check out this asset. Let me know what you think, because I think it's really amazing. I'll leave all the links down in the description, and be sure to come and support me on Patreon and get access to over 145 different scripts, assets and projects you cannot find anywhere else. Do come and chat to me on Discord. Check out my great assets on the Unity Asset Store and on my website with bonus discounts with massive savings on those same assets. So big thank you to all my patrons, and a special thank you to Peter Steiner, Raheem Whitaker, Tan Yanlin, David76, Sammy Romani, Jean Pomye, Naigoyan, Matt Cinderdinos, Zach, Manos Barakas, Terence Conrad, Gade Linston, Dr. Walter Dunson, John Games, Joseph Newman, Randall X, Mumuzu, and Rene Leisure. Thank you to everybody else who comes to watch. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Cheers.